If you're planning to become a CPA in the near future, there is a new update that's relevant to what you're going to do next with your education requirement, because the AICPA is proposing a new rule that's going to allow you to get your CPA license with only 120 credit hours rather than the current 150 credit hours. So let's talk about what is being proposed here by the AICPA, why they are proposing it, what does it mean for you if you are someone who's right now enrolled in a bachelor's degree or a master's program, and what's going to happen next with this new proposal, because that's going to be relevant to you if you are someone who's planning to become a CPA in the near future. So we begin by breaking down the current requirements to become a CPA in the United States. The first requirement is an education requirement, 150 credit hours, which equals to the bachelor's degree, 120 credit hours, plus 30 credit hours that you can get either through a master's program or taking additional college courses to get to 150 credit hours, which is a lot. That's a lot of studying. That's the education requirement. The second one is experience requirement, 1 year of related work professional experience. So that's going to be working under a CPA, a qualified public accountant, who's going to sign off on your experience. That's the second requirement. Now, the new proposal by the AICPA and NASBA is going to offer an additional pathway to someone who wants to become a CPA with only a bachelor's degree. A bachelor's degree plus 1 year of work experience. So that's not going to change, right? 1 year of work experience here. It's going to also be here, 1 year of work experience, plus something called the CPA competency-based experience pathway, right? Which you might say, Bill, no upload AICPA. I don't speak gibberish. Tell me what that means. All right, I'll tell you what that means. So the AICPA is saying you can get 120 credits, 1 year of work experience, and competency in these areas here signed off by a CPA that you work under, and then you'll be good. So for the competency they're asking for, there are 7 professional competencies and only 1 technical competency out of 3. So what does that mean? 7 professional competencies, they're saying ethical behavior, critical thinking, communication, collaboration, self-management, business acumen, technology mindset. This is easy stuff. This is stuff that everybody does on the job anyway. So this is not going to mean much. And then 7 professional competencies plus 1 technical competency out of 3. So the options are audit or tax or business and financial reporting. These are 3 technical areas of competencies that you will choose one. So for example, you might choose audit, right? Or tax, and have your employer sign off on your competencies. So this is similar to how it used to be when I became a CPA. I became a CPA with 120 credit hours plus 2 years of experience. This is similar because you're going to do 1 year of work experience plus your employer will have to sign off on very specific competencies here that will most likely take you about 1 year to complete anyway for them to be comfortable to sign off on your experience, on your competency in this, right? So 120 credit hours, 1 year of work experience, and then showing competency by your employer signing off that you're competent in these areas. Okay, now why is the AICPA and NASBA doing this? There are 2 factors. The first one is shortage in accounting talent. There is an article by the CPA Journal that has a couple of stats that stood out to me. The first one is out of the AICPA members today, 75% of them are of retirement age, meaning they are 55 years plus. So think about this, 75% of the current AICPA members are of retirement age, meaning in 5 years from today, 75% of the current qualified accountants are going to be either fishing or sitting on a beach somewhere and not working in the field, right? So we're going to be left only with 25% with the current qualified accountants. The second number is that the number of CPA candidates who sat for the CPA exam went down from 48,000 in 2016 to only 32,000 in 2021. Okay, so that means that we have a shortage in the accounting talent. So the AICPA is trying to make it easier for people to become certified public accountants. The second factor is training. So this is the AICPA speaking to the accounting firms, the big four, or the other accounting firms, and finding out that these accounting firms are needing the people who come in with master's degrees in accounting. They still don't know much about how to do an audit, how to review a tax return, and have to be trained in a real world situation. So they have to put them in a training. Usually when you join a company like that, you have to be in training for about 2-3 weeks at the beginning. So they're finding that the training is still needed in real world environment. So this is the AICPA saying, real world environment training is more valuable than education and sitting in the classroom, right? So they're saying sitting in the classroom for 120 credits is enough. Let's go out there and learn in the real world, get real world experience, which is going to weigh heavier on your roundness in accounting than sitting in the classroom to get a master's degree. So that's the second factor here. Now, what does this mean for you? So if you're someone right now who's in a bachelor's degree, enrolled in school for a bachelor's degree, this means that you just continue your school, right? Get a really good GPA, because that's going to matter a lot when you try to get a job after that. Nail down the GPA, right? And after you're done with your bachelor's, most likely in 2025, this new proposed ruling is going to go into effect and you can apply for this new pathway, right? But if you're someone right now who is in a master's program right now, you're most likely going to go with the current pathway, because that's not going away. This is still going to be here when you apply, when you go through this pathway, right? So that's what it means for you. Now, what's going to happen next with this new pathway that's being proposed right now in October 2024? This is still in proposal stage by the AICPA and NASBA, and they're opening it up for public comment. So they have a link on the website for AICPA where you can go and write a comment from what do you think in terms of you're a professional. So for me as a CPA right now, I can go and write a comment and say, what do I think about this new proposed pathway, which I support 100%. The AICPA is going to collect the comments up until December 6, 2024, and then they will make a decision whether to go forward with the ruling or not. But most likely, this sounds like they want to go with the ruling based on the current shortage that's being reported by the accounting firms and accounting talent. So I hope you liked the video. If you liked it, give it a big thumbs up and share it with someone who is planning on becoming a CPA. And I'll see you in the next video.